What if the solution to feeling overwhelmed and anxious is simply learning what you're sinking yourself to? And I wonder this sometimes. So many people today feel anxious, we feel stressed, we feel time poor, we feel rushed, like we're all running on the same kind of invisible treadmill. And I ask myself, is that actually mine? Does that energy belong to me? And one thing I've noticed that in many of the ancient traditions, they're built on sometimes rhythms within each day, right? Muslims pray 5 times a day. In transcendental meditation, I believe the mantras that you receive are grouped at least at some point by age range. So you've got, multiple thousands of people when they do meditate, they're meditating on the same word, the same mantra. Jesus once said, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them. Many meditation traditions gather at the same time together with a shared intention. Different traditions, different languages with that similar pattern of syncing, whether it's mantra, intention, vibration. And it can be a way to interrupt the momentum of the day, the chaos of the day, and intentionally return to something deeper. And that's why I've been practicing something really simple. Every time I see one of my numbers on the clock, whether it's my birthday, my brother's birthday, family, or just certain repeated numbers, or just at the top of the hour, whenever I happen to notice that, if I'm not driving or operating heavy machinery, I stop, close my eyes, I take one big breath, put my hand on my heart, and I just try to remember in that moment, I am safe, I am loved, and I'm working to return to my heart, right? I spend a lot of time in my head, a lot of my analytical brain. And it kind of makes me wonder, especially going back to that 5 times a day prayer in the Islamic tradition, like what would happen if thousands of us practiced that at the top of the hour? But I know what happens when I do it. I can pause that hamster wheel. I can pause that to-do list. Everything slows down. My breathing slows down. The next conversation or task I have changes. The next decision changes. The next hour changes. So don't take my word for it. It's an invitation to try it yourself. And until next time, one breath, put your hand on your heart, and work to remember who you are.